Hello everyone. Firstly, I'd like to shortly introduce myself. My name is Katarzyna Kołodziejska, and as you can see, today I would like to have a short talk about cooking. At the beginning, I have a simple question for all of you. Have you ever tried to cook a dish using ingredients which you cannot see? I know it's kind of bizarre question and even maybe mysterious. Actually, the answer is yes, but the devil's in the detail. Imagine from this moment that everyone here is an extraordinary chef, and what we will be cooking will be the most amazing and wonderful dish ever. I'm sure that everyone is curious what it's going to be. So, it's our universe. Perhaps from this moment, I think all of you knows and can guess what my presentation will be about. But as a chef cook, I'd like to introduce you my presentation ingredients. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the luscious universe. Then, basic ingredients, cooking conditions, maybe some mysterious ingredients, final formula, and at the end, the recommendations. Every good chef needs a recipe to know how to cook a dish and needs to know what the ingredients are, how do they taste, and finally, in what order this should be added to our dish. Well, now let's talk about luscious universe. What kind of universe is it? Well, let's be selfish now. The best universe is the one that includes everyone here, the humanity, and the world we know now. Now I would like to focus on basic ingredients of the universe. First of all, we have baryonic matter, which is basically the ordinary matter we know and the matter that surrounds us. And it might be quite surprising, it only constitutes about 5% of the total mass of the universe. Then we have dark matter, which is 25%, dark energy, 70%, and at the end, electromagnetic radiation. At first glance, it might be surprising, even some kind of confusing, that all stars, galaxies, and everything don't constitute the major part of our dish. It can be considered, and maybe it can be compared, to a huge pot of a soup with the vegetables in it. And the vegetables consist only about tiny percent of entire dish. That's really not enough. To better understand the ingredients of our universe, the cosmic conditions, from the beginning of the time to the present day, particle physicists have to try and reverse engineer the dish of the universe. Now, let's focus on the ordinary matter. First of all, we have stars. The neutron stars, which are basically really hot, dense, and small things in the universe that have really powerful magnetic field around them. Atoms, interstellar gas, planets, and everyday objects. Once again, let's imagine the huge pot of soup with vegetables in it. We want to taste it. We want to know what the ingredients are. So we take a fragment or a vegetable, or just take a soup with a spoon, and what we'll see, the first thing that will catch our eye will be the galaxies. galaxies are gravitationally bound systems, consists mostly of the stars, also neutron stars, atoms, interstellar gas, dust, and electromagnetic radiation. Average galaxy can have about trillions of stars. That's a really, really huge amount of it. And if we think about that fact, we can imagine how big our home, the Milky Way, is. Now let's move on to my next ingredient. And there, I have a second question for all of you. Is something that you or anybody cannot see really invisible? Well, that's another maybe bizarre question. But let's consider this question from the scientific point of view. What enables man to see the world are his eyes, but unfortunately, they are imperfect. We can only see a short fragment of the spectrum of the light. And that's really not a big fragment, as you can see from that picture. So the question arises, how do you observe something that apparently cannot be seen? Well, here comes the science. The visible light from the most of the history was the only known part for a human. But 20th century was really groundbreaking, and astronomers, physicists, astrophysicists, and engineers joined their forces. And after that, the effect of which was building an apparatus that allow the study of the universe at different wavelengths. After that breakthrough, everything went on. The discoveries were unusual. People discovered quasars, which are basically really, really big galaxies with black holes inside. Then we have black holes, neutron stars I mentioned previously, and any other phenomena. So far, so good, but still one question is really important. What about the rest? We know that the ordinary matter constitutes only the 5% of the entire mass of the universe, but where's the rest? And here we have mysterious ingredients. Well, we have dark matter and dark energy, which are hypothetical kind of matter, and unfortunately, again, for humanity, they do not emit any kind of electromagnetic radiation. So it's really hard to detect or even find any kind of particle that we can say, oh, I'm sure that is. No, unfortunately, not yet. My next step is talk about cosmic conditions and the final formula of our recipe. So we have stars, planets, objects. Everything originated in the Big Bang, extremely powerful explosion that happened about 13.7 billion years later. And after that, has really rapidly grow, let's say. Well, in that times, the raw universe was really dense and hot, so the conditions weren't, let's say, good for conditions we know now. At that times, about 1 second after Big Bang, we had quarks, and after the Big Bang, the universe started to cool down, and then protons and electrons, neutrons can make atoms. But at the end, let's maybe have a little bit recap. Let's sum up what we know about the universe. What are the steps to have a nice universe? Well, let's say the next step to make a really nice universe involves take a massive explosion and then create plenty of stardust and riding heat. Then simmer for eternity of cosmic microwaves. At the end, let the ingredients congeal, leave it to cool, and serve cold with cultures of tiny organisms 30.7 billion days later. Well, it seems like physics and astronomy deals with completely different areas, but we have to remember that each of them want to deal with the same problem. Every one of us want to find the final formula of the luscious, amazing, and delicious universe we now live in. Thank you for your attention.